Getting back out here for another day. It's gonna be a rainy one. On and off storms. Let's get out to the shop and see what we can do. Why are you so dirty, man? Fire on the lights. Let's get right to it. Can't do much without the toolbox. Let's get it pulled out the van. I also got a washer in here I got to pull out. Forgot I picked up some of this oil. 5W20 full synthetic. Always need that. Perfect timing on getting the van unloaded. My dad's about to head out to Tractor Supply and pick up some feed for the animals. Looks like the mailman's making his rounds. First up today, somebody gifted me this Magic Chef mini fridge. They said it wasn't cooling anymore. From what I can tell, it's clicking on and off. It doesn't want to fire the compressor on. I think maybe the start relay is causing the issue. We're gonna get it pulled off and take a better look. Pulled the protective cap off, removed the relay. Not much to it. It's only got 2 connection wires. Let's see if we have another one and get it swapped out. Quick and easy. Found and installed a new relay. I only ended up replacing this one portion because it's typically what causes all the issues. Plugged it in. No more clicking coming from the compressor. It's fired on right now and it's already producing cold air in the fridge. Seems to be cooling. I'll put a thermometer in there just to make sure it's getting to the right temperature. Next up, we're gonna take a look at this hot point dryer. Looks like somebody left us some vent tubes in here. There's no cord on this machine. Got the top half removed. The belt's intact. I figured before we go any deeper, we're gonna go ahead and hook up a cord. Try to turn it on and see what's going on with this thing. Hooked up a 3-prong real quick. Let's plug it in. Connected this ground wire to this piece of metal. That way it's not just hanging here. It was connected to the top half. Let's set it on a quick time dry. So it does spin. You can hear some slight noise coming from the drum. Might be coming from the front end. I'm not sure if it's producing any heat. That doesn't look right. There should be an exhaust tube here. That makes sense now. This is the exhaust tube. Looks like somebody disconnected it. We'll have to get that reinstalled. We definitely have a couple issues with this thing. Number one, it's making some kind of racket here on the front end. Number two, the exhaust tube is missing. I didn't even notice. Thankfully, they did put it in the drum for us, so we'll get it reinstalled. And the most important part, it's not producing any heat. So let's get it tore open and see what we can do. Got the front end pulled off. I think I've already diagnosed our noise issue. You can see the carpet felt is missing here on the front rim, and it's actually just hanging down here. We should be able to get it glued back in place since it is all there. If not, we can replace this carpet felt. But first, let's dive in a little bit deeper. Tilted the dryer back, went ahead and disconnected the belt. You can see where the exhaust tube goes. It's got some slight lint buildup in it, but it's not too bad. With this model, before you can pull the drum out, I have to release these 3 screws that are connected to a bracket. There we go. Went through with the multimeter and pretty quickly diagnosed our no heat issue. The thermostat is blown, so we'll get that sensor replaced. The heating element's reading continuity, and it's not in bad shape. It just needs a good cleanup. This back bracket should pull out of here. There it goes. This is what connects to the drum. Spins. We're gonna have to clean it up and re-grease it before we put everything back together. But we should be able to get this thing back up and running. As the day is coming to an end, the storms are picking back up. We're getting somewhere. Reinstalled the exhaust tube. Went ahead and replaced that thermostat. I would like to take this thing outside and give it a real good cleanup with the compressor, but the rain isn't allowing that. So I went ahead and glued on the carpet felt to the front end. Seems to be setting pretty nice. Put a piece of tape here to hold it for the time being. Use this Gorilla Glue. We're gonna let it dry overnight. When I get in here in the morning, we'll finish cleaning this thing up, re-greasing everything and putting it back together. Before I get out of here, we're gonna check in on this mini fridge we repaired earlier. I put a temperature gauge in here. It's been working all day. Perfect, right above 30 degrees. Ice box is nice and cold. I'm gonna let it run throughout the night, but that should be another repair complete. Another day in the shop coming to an end. Let's feed the dogs and get some dinner going. We'll be back out here tomorrow. The rain doesn't bother this guy a bit.